Once upon a time, Manchester City wasn't just a football team. They were the football team. A juggernaut so ruthless, it felt like they had cracked the code of football. Fast forward to December 2024 though, and things couldn't feel any more different if they tried. 7 losses in 10 matches. Winless in Europe for over a month. And after yesterday's 2-0 loss to Juventus in the Champions League, if you listened really carefully, you could just hear the faint sound of a dynasty crumbling. City had 67% possession, 11 shots, and a respectable XG of 1.1. But here's the thing, stats don't win football matches. Goals do. Juventus scored 2, Man City scored none. Watching Pep Guardiola's side recently has been like watching a heavyweight champion swinging wildly and missing against fighters that he used to knock out with ease. And let's be honest, rivals are loving it. They're loving it. The loss to Juventus wasn't just a bad game. It was a symptom. But is this a temporary stumble, or is this the first signs of a mighty empire on its way out?
I hope so.
Okay. We know that City's struggles didn't start in Turin. They've been struggling for weeks. 7 losses in 10 is very, very un-City-like, and certainly very un-Pep Guardiola-like. It's literally the very first time in his managerial career that he's experienced this. Watching City, it's become impossible to ignore just how broken they look. The signs were there from early in the game. There were misplaced passes, clunky transition, and a defense that seemed to panic at the first sight of trouble. Josko Guardiola is usually a defensive powerhouse, but he played this clearance. It was so weak that it literally transformed into a pre-assist for Keenan Yildiz. He put a delicious cross into the box. Dusan Vlahovic headed the ball straight at Ederson, and somehow it still managed to squeeze over the line. A £227 million defense just giving away goals like early Christmas presents. And City from then on, of course, were chasing the game. As for Erling Stay Humble Haaland, the formerly unstoppable goal-scoring Terminator, he was more misfiring machine than clinical cyborg. Ooh, I like that little bit of alliteration. Anyway, when Kevin De Bruyne delivered a pass that was so perfect, it could have been framed and hung in the Louvre. Haaland's awkward strike sent the ball straight at the keeper and skittering away. Guardiola was on the touchline looking like a man questioning his life choices, and the Juve defense could be heard saying a collective grazie mille to Erling Haaland. It's hard to reconcile this team with the one that won the treble a few seasons ago. Back then, City suffocated opponents with high pressing and relentless possession. Now they look like they're suffocating themselves. It seems like they're caught in an identity crisis. At the moment, no amount of tactical tweaks is fixing. And then there was the second goal. A counter-attack that was so slick you'd think that Juventus had choreographed it in a dance studio. Timothy Weah zipped down the right, sent in a cross, and Weston McKennie arrived like he was auditioning for the lead role in Top Gun Maverick. And with aplomb, he smashed in a volley. 2-0 Juventus. The response from City was... it was underwhelming. Guardiola was clapping furiously from the sidelines trying to get his team to remember who they are. But on the pitch, the players looked lost. The carousels of passing was nowhere to be seen. Instead, they were overcomplicating simple plays. They were actually hesitant when what they needed to be was decisive. For City, there were some glimpses and glimmers of good things. A few moments that reminded you of what City could be. You know, Jeremy Doku cutting inside, De Bruyne threading passes, Bernardo Silva almost sneaking through the Juventus defense, but almost cannot win you football matches. And as the minutes ticked on, Juventus just became more confident and City slid further into their slump. Precision has given way to panic and their confidence is nowhere to be found. At the final whistle, Juventus celebrated like they just beaten the current Premier League champion, which of course they had. City's players just trudged off the pitch, heads down, looking at their boots. It was kind of feeling like a throwback to Man City's Thomas Cook era, which some of you might remember. After the match, Pep Guardiola said, and I quote, "We are the best. I love my team. I love the way we play." Ilkay Gundogan said, "It seems like in the crucial moments, at the moment, we are always doing the wrong things." So it's good to see they're on the same page. What exactly is Manchester City's issue right now? Are they a team that's slowly unraveling under the weight of expectation and injury? As of now, it certainly looks like that. You can see that City's struggles clearly go beyond tactics and injuries. They're actually psychological. Their confidence is shot. It's gone. And it's been replaced with hesitation and self-doubt. Even Guardiola's unwavering optimism feels thinner than usual. We'll turn it around, he says. But he's not saying it with his chest. And when will they turn it around? He doesn't seem to know. I don't know. Do you know? Their next game is the Manchester Derby. That is City's next test. And it is a chance for them to improve the narrative around the team. Or they might cement the idea that this isn't just a slump. For City fans, this must feel quite unnerving and unusual. For everyone else, this is top class, popcorn worthy, enjoyable entertainment. But look, This isn't the first time a great team has experienced some humbling, and it won't be the last. What makes Manchester City's plight so fascinating is how out of nowhere it feels. And amazingly, with just 2 games left, there's actually a slim chance that they won't make it to the Champions League knockout rounds. That is unthinkable. This is a fall from grace that even their rivals couldn't have scripted any better. Still, if there's one thing that City and Guardiola have taught us, is that they usually don't stay down for long. That being said, this is without doubt the most adversity they have ever faced. It's completely uncharted territory for them. So will this end in a great comeback for Manchester City, or is their era of domination finally over? Who knows? Either way, it's a story worth watching. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much. I'm not going to say the S word, but please consider joining the community. We're going to do our very best to give you guys amazing content. Once the channel is monetized and there's something coming in, we're going to take the level of the videos up. I really appreciate every subscriber, all 30 of you at the time of recording this video. So big up your chest, you're legends. See you on the next one.
Football bread.